Here we go. Hey guys, can you hear me?
Sorry. We have the laptop set up and it kind of wonked out on us, so we're trying to get it okay here.
I think you're sideways, so if you put it back the way it was, it'll be better. There
There we
you
go.
go. That's perfect. How are you guys doing today?
Good, good.
Good.
Excellent.
How are you
Oh,
doing?
I'm doing wonderful. You know what? I've been looking forward to this chat here for a few days now. I got a list of questions here, but first and foremost, I'm hoping you guys can take a few minutes to just introduce yourselves and your gym.
Okay, well, my name is Brendan, the Samurai Yandell. This is
Larissa Diaz.
our gym is called Bushido Fitness Academy.
Great. And so, Brandon, you say Brandon, the Samurai Yandell. I'm assuming the Samurai is in relationship to your MMA career. Can you talk to us a little more about that?
So our gym is called Bushido Fitness Academy because my fighter name is the Samurai. And the Samurai, they're warriors who are very disciplined. They're protectors and they're warriors who serve. They serve their emperor and they serve the people.
Ah, okay, okay. And so it makes sense for you to want to name your gym Bushido Fitness Academy. So the values of Bushido are how are those represented within your gym?
Definitely. So one of the things we wanted to incorporate when we started this gym, we were going to different parts of town. We were looking around saying, hey, what would be best, community-wise for this? And we realized there was just nothing in this area. So our kids here, they're going to be doing a lot of community work, and that's part of their part of the curriculum. And I feel like that adds on to them and their warrior experience. It really makes a complete warrior to understand all aspects.
I love it. It sounds kind of like you're building like a new community within the community. And to be honest with you, the values that you're sharing so far about building community and this warrior spirit and having this fighting spirit, those aren't foreign concepts. Those are concepts that we have here within our own community, and you're just bringing them to light. For those who haven't heard of Bushido Fitness Academy, just tell us real quick, where can they find it, and what kind of things do you offer there?
Okay, so we are at 1223 West St. Mary's over by the Food City. We have something for everybody. We have some MMA stuff going on, submission grappling, cardio kickboxing, hit classes, boxing, wrestling. So something for the kids, something for people who just want to get in shape, some contact and no contact stuff. And then also we have programs for people who want to compete as well. And we also have a women's self-defense program too.
So we have kids every day, and we offer snacks and drinks too, so that way, builds more of that, like, people feel at home.
That's amazing. And how long have you guys been open for now?
2 weeks now.
Yeah, about 2
Yeah,
weeks.
this is our second week open.
What an adventure. And I think especially nowadays it's kind of scary to start a new business, but I want to hear more about what was your motivation behind starting this gym.
So what's crazy is my dad, he owned a gym on the east side called Hinsman's Tiger Spit. He had it for like 30 years. He did a lot for the community too. Same thing, teaching people, thousands and thousands of people throughout time, how to protect themselves for pretty much no charge at a lot of times. And he's getting older, and he comes and coaches over here and stuff like that too. So whenever he decided to close down his gym over there, we figured, hey, you know what, I need to train full time, and we might as well help some people out in the process.
Absolutely. So you felt like you wanted to follow in those footsteps because you saw some value there?
Absolutely, yeah, 100%.
You thought it was
100%.
I've lived in this neighborhood like almost my whole life, and when we were talking about locations again, we decided, what, all of the values and what we want to kind of decide to do as far as community based. Yeah. There's a lot of that here in this neighborhood. We just structured and kind of geared in the positive direction.
So it made sense for you to stay in the neighborhood that you grew up in, that you love, and you're hoping to see the positive impact there.
Yeah.
And so, you know what? I love the name. I love Bushido. I've always been a big fan of, the Bruce Lee movies and all of that. That's always gotten me super excited. Not just because of the fighting, but there's always there was so much honor in the way that the ninjas and them carried themselves. There's so much culture and richness behind that. I want to know if you can expand a little bit more on why you decided to name the gym Bushido.
So, it's crazy. I feel like we're in a time where people shy away from actually just being a decent human being. Like, it's not the cool thing to do.
Right.
Um, but that's what Bushido is. The virtues of Bushido, the way of samurai, are all about the basic human things that we need. Respect, honor, loyalty, all good stuff. And I kind of want to make it a space where, these kids, they're learning that is real strength. A lot of people, they talk and they want to be the buff, out there guy. But the real warrior is somebody who's standing up for what he believes in, standing up for his family, able to stand up for himself and protect himself, and just do the right thing, And I want that to be the cool thing to do,
Right. Right. I love that. And you're absolutely right, because there's this idea that and I think it's got a lot to do with these new ideas of what masculinity is supposed to look like, right? And I think we've gone too far away from just being authentic individuals, and when we shy from our authenticity, we want to put on this mask or this facade, right? And what it sounds like to me is Bushido is this idea of being your true authentic warrior self that's committed to their community and to improving not only your own individual life, but the lives around you. And when I went into your gym, that's exactly what it felt like to be there. Even if that wasn't your name, right? If I walked in there and your gym didn't have a name, I would have been like, it's got to be something like that. Like, your goal and your mission is to improve the lives of the people that walk into your gym. Because when me and my kids left, we felt better. We felt great. We really appreciated your hospitality, how welcomed you made us feel. You made us feel like we were home, like we could just be ourselves, and that's really special. And speaking about special, I'm hoping you guys could talk to me about, what are the things that makes your gym special? I mean, you could drive around Tucson because you're not the only MMA gym, right? You're not the only boxing gym. And in fact, some of the classes that you guys offer, there's other gyms that offer them too. But I wholeheartedly believe that there is no gym like yours. And I'm hoping you could expand a little bit about what makes your gym different.
Of course. Yeah, there's a couple different things. So my father, he was a big deal in the no holds barred community back in the day. So now it's called MMA, right? And in the no holds barred community, it was before MMA. There was a bare knuckle, no rules fights. It was underground. They were professionals, and he really brought this to this part of the country. Before a lot of the things people were teaching was traditional martial arts, right? Kung fu, karate, things of that nature. Well, so we have something very different in that aspect. He has his own system. It's called Hensman's Combat International. It's an American-made system, globally recognized, and he's in the Martial Arts Hall of Fame.
Oh.
So, yeah, a completely different aspect on things. It comes with a lot of different mindset stuff, not even just about the combative aspect of things, but how to create yourself as a person. People have the mindset of, hey, I'm going to go out and find out who I am. I'm going to find myself. In reality, we have the ability to create who we want to be. We make those decisions, and we put the effort and the work into what it takes to be that, and we become that. You know? As far as fear, we're aware of our fears, and we're aware of our insecurities, and we face those things in the process of all of this. It's very, very family-based in the sense of even our fighters, everybody, we all go out together, we go do barbecues at each other's houses, help each other move, that sort of thing.
Right.
But we're constantly checking each other, but in a loving way, saying, hey man, I see you're kind of slipping out a little bit, like, what's up,
Right.
You need to be thinking things, telling yourself the right stuff. Like, this whole path is it's a never ending look in the mirror.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not just a place for people to come get a sweat and be done,
Mm-hmm.
We of course want people to stick with us forever, for life, but if somebody can gain value and goes and does something with their life and has that mentality of, hey, I need to look at myself, I need to look what I'm doing, and how am I going to improve this situation? You know, there's no victim mindsets. I need to do this and I just got to do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's very cool in that aspect. And then also, like I said before, you know, I think that one of the biggest things about training and the way we do it is the community stuff and the compassion for other people. You can't just be all fire as a warrior. You got to have both. You know, you got to have that balance.
Right.
So that's a big part of it as well.
Yeah, we were talking too about how we're separated from other gyms in the sense of how we're different, but we don't separate ourselves from the people.
Right.
You know, so
100%.
kind of we know the balance of how to separate ourselves. And it's a business, but we're really good on trying to make it seem, like you said, very welcoming and very understanding.
Right.
Because everybody comes from all paths of life and we don't judge them for that. You know, as soon as they walk into that door, there's no judgment at all. You know, whatever you're going through, you know, you're here now and that's where you're starting with us, you know. So if you're respectful with us and you come and you are eager to learn, we'll work with you, you know. But this is a place too where we don't tolerate if you're going to be disrespectful and you know, to other people. It's one of those things that like we're going to talk to you about it. Maybe they aren't aware of that, you know. There's a lot of that now and people are like, oh, I'm so sorry, you know. Okay, that's okay, you know. We just want to set our core values from the, you know, when people walk in so they know what to expect, you know, so that way they come in and they know, okay, I can't be this kind of way.
Right.
You know, everybody is treated on an evil plane level, you know, no matter what.
Right. I really like that. You guys said a couple of things that I want to really kind of highlight because I think they were really powerful. And what it reminded me about is, you know, Brandon, you said one thing. You said you basically said we're building community, we're building camaraderie. You know, this idea of finding support in each other and looking at each other, you know, to check ourselves and to make sure that we are staying true to ourselves and being the best versions of ourselves. That's not something that you normally find, you know, in a boxing gym or an MMA, you know, training gym. But it sounds like you're trying to create, like you're basically trying to create what you would want your community to look like within your gym. And the idea is once you create it in the gym, you're creating it for the people that are in the gym, and those people are going back out into that community. And the hope, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, is the values that they're learning in the gym, they're going to take those out to their homes and to their communities and to their neighborhoods.
My father always used to say when we would get done training, he would say the lessons start when you walk out the door, you know. So of course in the gym, you know, we're working on technique, we're talking to each other, we're building each other up. We're controlling our egos, you know, we're suppressing our egos. We're just building good people.
Right.
But everything has been practiced when you leave. You know, you're leaving, that's when you're going to encounter situations, not only in a violent manner, but controlling yourself with your family, you know, controlling your ego with money situations, whatever it is, you know.
That's amazing. And Larissa, you said something that I thought was really, really special. You said that we understand that people come from all walks of life, you know, and I think that's really critical. And I'm really glad that you guys have that philosophy of when people walk into your gym, it doesn't matter where they come from or who they are, or what they've seen or what they've done. They're coming into your gym because they believe that in there they may get a chance, they may get an opportunity. And what a responsibility that the two of you have taken on to give folks that chance and that opportunity to recreate themselves. That's nothing to take for granted, and there's so much value. I hope you guys understand that there's so much value that you two and the gym that you've started bring to the West Side community. That's very, very special. All right, so we know that you offer quite a bit at Bushido. Can you just go down the line, down the list again of what are the programs that you offer? Maybe just a quick description of them.
Of course. So we'll start off with boxing. We have boxing for kids and for adults. We have the 12th Avenue Boxing General Manager. He came down here. He's our boxing coach. His name is Michael Gutierrez. He's really good. So yeah, we have boxing different times of the week. Somebody, you know, just to fine tune their skills or to learn the basics and get everything moving.
And there's both group classes and one-on-one as well.
Yeah, one-on-one classes people have to request and say that that's what they're looking for. But yeah, we have group classes mostly, and you know, it ranges from all levels. So if somebody's just starting or if they're competing and they want to be part of our fight team as well. So we have the back. We have submission grappling. It's very similar to jiu-jitsu, but it's like I said, it's part of my father's combative system.
Okay.
It's his own variation of it. Comes with a different mindset and some of the submissions that are very similar to a jiu-jitsu or to a catch wrestling. We have more things added on and yeah, different timing. It's a different timing sort of system.
And that's for
But all that
that's
covers
for all
everything.
ages as well.
All ages as
Okay.
well. Covering all the groundwork, submissions, the wrestling aspect, the takedowns, the clinch work, all of it.
Okay.
We have a women's self-defense class that we're signing people up for currently. Covers various scenarios, you know, a woman could be put in. It's all real stuff. None of this just, oh, I'm just going to knee him in the balls, you know, that sort of
Right.
thing. It covers real things, and we look at everything, how a woman's body works as opposed to a man's, and the psychological aspect of a man attacking a woman, what place the woman's going to be in. We talk about things like not putting yourself in certain situations beforehand,
Okay.
you
Okay.
know? And then the techniques are all very real, the things that women can do with the way their bodies work, against man, with adrenaline, with different
Right.
things. So we do the women's self-defense, grappling, the boxing. We have an MMA class for people that just want to learn technique, you know, covering everything, covering the stand-up fighting with the striking, covering the clinch work, the ground work, submission work, cardio, getting in shape, all that stuff. We have the wrestling class. We have a guy who is a three-time Pennsylvania state champion. He's our wrestling coach here.
Wow.
Teaching the kids, you know, whether they're in high school or in college, you know, they want to fine-tune their wrestling, or they're going to be going to high school or college and they want to learn how to wrestle before they get there. We're going to be having different teams: the boxing team, the wrestling team, the grappling team, the fight team. So the MMA, the wrestling, the boxing, the women's self-defense. We're going to be adding on weapons combatives. So we're going to put our guys out. We have certified trainers in combative shooting and combative knife fighting, things like that. So yeah, a little bit of everything, man. We got a lot going on. And we also have the cardio kickboxing and the HIT program. So if people that don't want to be in contact with people, they don't want to touch other people, we run them through bag drills, we run them through workouts. We do some little bit of weight stuff with the kettles, with the dumbbells. It's intense, and it'll be a big part of them losing weight and building up their cardio.
That's amazing. Thank you for walking us through that. I think that'll be really informative. When I post this video, I'll make sure and line it up too, so that way they can see it. One thing that we haven't talked about, Brandon, is you also have, and I think Larissa is the one who's heading this up. You have a nutritional program where you actually provide meal planning, right? Because as we know, without a strong body, that you're very limited as to what it is that you can actually do. So you can't forget about your nutrition, your intake, you know, because if you're not, it would be very difficult for somebody, I would think, to come into the gym and perform to their maximum capacity if their body isn't aligned with their nutritional goals. So I'm hoping you could talk to us a little bit about what that looks like, Larissa.
Yeah. So the business I had started off first as just a venture was the Tucson Healthy Eats Kitchen. And it kind of started off as just doing meals for my husband when he was going to go do fights. Fights, you know, like a couple weeks before, he has to eat a certain amount. So like 6 ounces of like steak, and then like 4 ounces of or like, you know, like a complex carb or something.
Okay.
And so I did all that for him. And then a lot of his fighter friends were like, hey, you know, can you do my stuff? Can you walk me through it? And I was like, well, you know, I could probably do this as like a venture.
Yeah.
So I kind of did some research. I realized that a lot of places that do offer meal prep in the community, it's not as accessible as far as pricing. Realistically, you know, it was kind of hard to say like, hey, if I wanted to do that for him, we probably wouldn't have been in the best financial place for it. So I have this idea of doing it, but making it more accessible to people who are geared to trying to be healthier, because 80% of losing weight is what you eat.
Right.
Yeah, aspect of it. So I went into this, you know, thinking, well, if I can make it accessible and affordable enough, you know, maybe people would be more motivated to try to be healthier, you know, however that looks like for them.
Right.
So I have a couple of clients on. So here we've incorporated into the gym as more of an option for
Uh-huh.
people. Because it's more of something, if they are interested in it, they can ask questions about it and it's available. Other places you have to have delivery and they charge for that.
Sure.
Here it's an on-site pickup spot. So if you order your meals, you can always come in and it's free for you to pick
Right.
up. So it makes it a lot easier for people to be motivated to eat healthy and be working out or doing, whatever classes they are signed up to do. And it helps with that aspect of like eating clean and feeling better. And I'm currently still taking classes for health coaching. So I've been learning about nutrition aspects of like different, nutritional aspects from around the world, like Ayurveda, the Indian practice of eating for the kind of personality type that you are.
Wow.
So my meals go a little bit more into like how do I kind of mix all the knowledge that I have, but make it still affordable and delicious and appealing to people who are a little bit on the fence. Because the food part I think is really hard. I mean, everybody loves food, but how do you make it to where it's like okay, you'll still love it, but you're gonna love the way you feel too. So
That's
that's kind of an option for people, and they can always come in and ask questions. And so, yeah, it's just nice to have it offered in the same place, where everything is geared towards being a better person, being healthy, and being the best you, however that is, what that looks like for you.
We also have two other pickup locations as well. There's one two gyms I used to work at doing their cardio kickboxing program. 520 Fitbox way on the east side on Harrison and Broadway,
okay.
and then Valencia and 12th on the south side. So there's a little bit something wherever people are located. There's something convenient for them. And also you can't drive a nice car with no gas, So
This is true.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And what I really love about your approach, Larissa, is that it sounds like it's very personalized, and you really take the time to get to know your client and really create a meal plan that's going to best work for them. Because you're right, it's not a one size fits all type of approach. You really do have to gear it towards that individual's needs. And so I think it's really cool that you're doing that, and it's perfect to go along with supporting your husband's journey, but also supporting the community and everybody who's coming into that gym, because it sounds like it'll be a beautiful, just kind of like one stop shop for your nutritional needs, but also your physical activity and your strength and all of that. And so that's really exciting. I'm really glad that you guys are truly like a power couple happening here, and that's really cool. So okay, tell us, how can people get a hold of you guys? I mean, obviously, we know where it's at. You said it was 1223 West St. Mary's, and that's Corner Grande in St. Mary's, right? But for those who maybe want to learn a little bit more about you before they make the trip, how can they get a hold of you? Do you have a website, Facebook? What does that look like?
So we have all social media platforms. We're working on Twitter and TikTok and getting those. Probably have those up tonight. But we have Facebook, Instagram. We have our own personal website. So yeah, Bushido Fitness Academy. You look it up on any of those things. We'll have all the information as far as class schedules, scheduling. Coming in for your free trial, the description of the classes, our coaches and their experiences. Links to everything. Links to our Facebook page from our website as well, our Instagram from our website. Our phone number's on there, so you guys can give us a call, shoot us a text, email, whatever you guys want to do. And we also have links for Her2's unhealthy stuff as well.
Yeah. On the website, what's really cool, and I try to emphasize it with people, so the BushidoFitnessAcademy.com website, if you go on there, it has the classes that we offer, the descriptions, we have the class prices.
Yeah.
A lot of places don't put the prices ahead of time, but we have nothing to hide. So we want people to know like what they're getting into. So we have the no contract and the cash option. So people don't feel comfortable signing a contract with us for a year or half a year, however. They have the option to sign cash, and they know upfront what they're gonna pay. And I have people asking if they come in, hey, can I look over the contract with you? Have to have questions. We're really transparent with people because we want people to be comfortable with what they're, basically investing in. It's investment in themselves. And so we want people to make sure, like, yeah, if you want to look over it at home, if you have questions, you can email us, call us, walk in. And so the website has all the pictures of our coaches with their descriptions, how they're qualified for those, to be coaches here, so people feel comfortable too. Oh, okay, I'm being taught by somebody who knows what they're doing, not just somebody that we chose randomly. And everything is on there. We tell people it's all a one-stop shop on the website too.
Right.
So that way when you come, you know all the information already. We're not withholding anything from you. Sure. So you come in and if you want to try the free class, then people are more than welcome to sign up after that and kind of go through questions that they have or any concerns.
I wanted to touch on something that she had just said too. Something she was talking about is the qualifications for the coaches. I like stressing this because it's such a big deal as far as people teaching martial arts and teaching people how to fight, and protect themselves. Right. There's a lot of schools, not necessarily MMA schools, but a lot of mostly traditional styles, where a lot of people, they're teaching out of theory, we won't ever teach anybody anything that doesn't work. So their stuff will be like, hey, yeah, that system, that doesn't work. We're not going to show you that, you know? Like a lot of the traditional martial artists, they get their black belt and they're teaching people. It's a money marketing thing, but they've never fought anybody in their life, you know? And you can't, how are you going to teach algebra if you don't know your times tables? Right. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that makes sense. You can't teach anybody something you've never experienced yourself.
Right, 100%. So everything we teach is real, and we're not teaching out of theory, we're teaching out of experience. So
yeah, we're really picky on the process of choosing people who are going to join our team too, because we want them to have at least some similar ideas of what we want. So a lot of the coaches, they are big on the community aspect. They're big on like building that family with us. And so that's something that we're really picky about, because we can have all of these core values and we can have all of these ideas, but if we don't have a team that's going to back it up, it kind of falls apart. So we're really excited that we do have a great team that, they love what we're doing. They love all of the core values that we have to offer, and they go above and beyond to try to make sure that it's implemented in their classes in their own unique way, And so it's been exciting, and we really stress that for people, because we want people to know that, like, we just don't say it. We're trying to put it into every detail that we can to make sure it's, the details add up the big picture at the end.
I really want to ask you guys one more question, if you're okay with that. What's been the biggest learning moment for you guys so far? I mean, you've been open for 2 weeks. I'm sure it's been a very exciting 2 weeks, maybe a little tiring as well. But what's been the biggest learning moment for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly sure, it's been one of those things of like, we really like helping everybody, but there's been with communities that need growth, there's always people that they have no intention of bettering themselves,
Right.
We've had druggies come in the place and things like that, we treat everybody like a person, a human being, because that's what they are. But everything's about respect. So, for example, we had a guy come in here and he was being a little bit weird, towards some people. He wasn't trying to hurt nobody. He was just a lot of energy and a lot of craziness. And so we respectfully had to have that guy leave, So things that we've been working on, how to better check things from the door,
creating safety.
But at the same time, yeah, 100%, this is a safe place. We want people to be comfortable here. So yeah, I think that's been probably my biggest thing. Right. You know what I mean? Showing people how to excuse somebody, but in the nicest way possible. That's probably been my.
It's this whole idea of how do you create a safe environment while not compromising the safety of everybody in the gym, and also respecting people's humanity, even when they may not appear to be the safest person. I think you said it best. They're still a human being. They still deserve to be treated with respect. And so I think it's honorable that you don't only, not only is that part of your values, that your core values, but you actually practice that when you're face to face with those situations.
Definitely. I always say we are noble savages, we're great, kind people, and you have to have the skills to do what you got to do at the same time. So it's a little bit of both,
Thank you so much for that. Larissa, can you remind us again what that website is?
Sure, it's BushidoFitnessAcademy.com.
BushidoFitnessAcademy.com, and anybody could go on there and get pricing, contact information, coaches' bios and descriptions, and all of that, right?
We have a contact form on there too, so if anybody has questions while they're on the website, you just fill out the contact form. We get an email right away, and we typically respond within an hour, just so that way you have all the knowledge at your hands and you can make the right decision.
Well, guys, I think we're gonna be respectful about the time, your time as well, because I'm sure you got some classes and some clients coming in. But I want to say thank you not only for joining me today here, but for taking on the responsibility of bringing something that was much needed to the West Side here in Tucson, which is Bushido Fitness Academy. I'm hoping that you guys stick around for a very, very long time, because I wholeheartedly believe that you guys have the answer to a lot of the problems that we have in our communities, unfortunately. I know that if we can get more people into your gym and to learn the core values that you're teaching and to bring those out into their communities, we can start to see some really beautiful things coming up and coming out of our barrios there on the West Side. I look forward to seeing them. I look forward to bringing my boys over to your gym and having them learn those techniques. I look forward to coming back and boxing my son, because that was fun. I look forward to seeing all the growth and all the beauty that's going to come out of that gym and out of that community. So thank you for taking on that responsibility. Thank you for taking the time to join me here today. And any last words that you want to leave us with?
Yeah, no, we definitely want to thank you, man. We really appreciate all the support. This has been it's been a long journey, and we're still in the beginning. A lot of thanks to our family. My father-in-law, he's done construction and everything for the last like 30 something years. He helped us put this all together. Big thanks to my mother-in-law for helping us with support, and all of our family and friends that have come by to check the place out. You and Mr. Luis Perales, I want to thank you guys for helping us get involved more in the community stuff. That's what we're aiming for, and helping us get a platform too. Yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. And I'm telling you, when you were boxing with your son the other day, I was like, I know this guy's got some stuff. You know what I'm saying? You guys were getting down, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take the old man out. You know what I mean? Like, and then eventually he got tired, and he was like, yeah, I just don't think it's gonna happen. So. Yeah, man, it's been fun for sure, brother, and we definitely appreciate all the support.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, guys. I'll be there soon. I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you. Take care, and let us know if there's anything as a community that you guys need, and we'll make sure to show up for you guys. All right.
Yes, sir. God bless you, my friend.
Bye, guys.